Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Refugee to Industrial Regent, Season 2. Last episode, I started setting up my mechanism system. I had hoped to get it finished so that I could at least use the basic mechanism machines from within the workshop here, that's inside the storehouse, but I wasn't able to get that far. So this episode, I hope to finish it up. The one machine I did manage to make and place last episode is this metallurgic infuser. And I'm going to start this episode by crafting this enrichment chamber. But in order to do that, I need to use this metallurgic infuser to infuse some redstone into the iron ingots. So it looks like 6 redstone gave me 60 units for infusion. Oh, phew! I needed that. So 1 redstone and 1 iron will infuse into 1 enriched alloy. That is useful to know. That is very useful to know. Now the enrichment chamber, of course, has a bunch of components to it. I'll start with the steel casing as far as the crafting goes. It's an osmium ingot in the middle and steel on all 4 sides. The steel casing. And the next 2 things I need are these control circuits, which are an enriched alloy and 2 redstone. I need 2 of those. So let's go ahead and craft those up. Now I can go ahead and start putting in the recipe for the enrichment chamber itself, which is the control circuits on the side, the steel casing in the middle, redstone on the top and bottom, and the enriched alloys, and I'll grab the last 2 out of here, in the corners. And that gets me an enrichment chamber. And before I place it down, I'm actually going to go ahead and grab some ores. How about some osmium for the time being? Alright, I'll go ahead and place the enrichment chamber here. And then go ahead and place the osmium inside. And we are full on power again. We're generating enough to keep 1 machine running at full power. And each of those is giving me 2 osmium dust. Alright, and that's going to save me the trouble of having to smelt osmium into osmium ingots directly. It also completes the first of the 4 machines that I need to craft for this episode. Machine number 2 is the energized smelter. And it's pretty similar. Well, okay, it's kind of similar. We need 2 of those control circuits. So, 2 control circuits means 2 iron, and it means 6 redstone. I'm also going to go ahead and grab the rest of the components, 4 cobblestone and 2 glass. I should still have some glass. Yeah, I don't have a lot of glass left, but I have enough for the time being. I can go ahead and throw the redstone and iron into the metallurgic infuser to give the, what are they called? The enriched alloys time to be crafted. Go ahead and eat some chicken. Craft myself 1 more steel casing. Go ahead and get the redstone set up. The enriched alloys are finished. Now I have the control circuits finished up. Now I can put the rest of the materials in there and I'll get the energized smelter. And now what I can do is throw the osmium dust into the energized smelter. And thankfully, it looks like I can run both of these machines at the same time. That is good. That is good. Alright, so that is machine number 2. Got 2 more machines for the first part of this episode. They are the crusher and the precision sawmill. Alright. Now, let me check the crusher real quick, and I'll probably start with that. Okay, so it's 2 buckets of lava. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, 2 buckets of lava, another steel casing, 2 more of the control circuits, and 4 redstone. Let me think. So the control circuits are, let's see, 2 is 6 redstone and 2 iron. So once again, let's get this set up. Like so. Go ahead and craft up 1 more steel casing. Just leave it in my inventory for the moment. Because I need to grab, like I said, the 2 buckets of lava. Now, thankfully, one thing I did do off camera after I finished the last episode was take the extra lava that was in the tanks when I finished the episode. Okay. I was wondering where that extra lava bucket went. Alright, seems to be a little bit of... I put it in that tank that I just pulled the lava out of. Alright, let's go ahead and craft up the control circuits. See, get this set up. I do still need 4 redstone. Yeah, 4 more redstone. And now I have a crusher. And I did get the 2 buckets back. And now that I have the crusher laid down, I'm going to go ahead and grab just the 1 stack of cobblestone for the moment, because that's all that will fit in here. And voila! As you can see, the cobblestone is making its way through the crusher. And it comes out as gravel. Now let me check something. Okay, so if I put the crusher, so if I put the gravel in the crusher, I will get sand, which is what I'm looking for. Alright, the energized smelter is nearly done. The enrichment chamber is a bit further to go, by the looks of it, but that's fine. Let me go ahead and grab the 40 dust out of there and place them in the energized smelter. I'm not going to be short osmium for a while. Steel is going to be a slightly different story because I know there's supposed to be a way to make it a mechanism, but I haven't had a chance to look into it all that much. But before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and look up the 4th machine that I'm going to go ahead and craft, which is this precision sawmill. Alright, so I need 4 of these. Well, first off, 1 more steel casing. Requires 2 control circuits and 2 enriched alloys. So, I need 4 iron. Let's see. 4 for the alloys and 4 for the circuits. And then it needs 4 more iron in the corners. So, let's go ahead and get this sorted out. Go ahead and throw the iron and the rest of the metallurgical confuser. Let's go ahead and put the redstone over here. I'll go ahead and put the steel casing and the rest of the iron in this crafting station. And the metallurgical confuser is going to need a bit more time. Go ahead and get the control circuits. I can now place them in. They are top and bottom, not left and right. And just the last one of these. There we go. Now I can go ahead and craft the precision sawmill. And I'll give you an example of what it does just as soon as I grab something else out of the storehouse. In this case, I'm going to grab some oak wood logs. Make my way over here to the precision smelter. Or not... Why did I call it the precision smelter? It's the precision sawmill. Alright, but we have the oak wood, and it is being turned into planks. 6 of them. Not the 4 you get from the regular crafting recipe. You also get some sawdust out of it, which has its uses. Let me try to look some of these up. Let me clear that out first. It gives us an alternate source of paper. We can make these cardboard boxes. I want to say it does something very similar to what the dolly does, but don't quote me on that. Let's see, and then we can convert it into wood pulp allegedly through the Ore Dictionary. See, with the carpenter, we can combine it with water to make paper at a 2-to-1 ratio. It's probably more efficient to use this recipe. We can also use it to make cartons, conjunction with water. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is it, but it's not the most useless thing in the world. I'm okay with it. That said, I think I've managed to get the 4 machines I was planning. So I'm going to go ahead and also put the steel and osmium. Actually, I won't put the steel and osmium in there. I need to actually put them directly up here, because otherwise, the system has no way of knowing where they're supposed to go. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to have a part 2 with a second project. I will return once I figure out what that second project will be. Alright, before I begin this next project, let me just state for the record that I am invoking the rule of cool on one particular device for this next project because it would not otherwise be legal for this stage. But I'm not going to invoke it quite yet. I'm going to start with the metallurgical confuser because there is a way to make steel in the mechanism mod. I need to start off with some coal to give it carbon, and then I can put in iron. And it's actually a 2-step process in here. And we start with the iron to enriched iron. Yeah. It's going to take a little bit. In the meantime, my first device is actually going to be a pair of devices. I have the recipe for the electric pump up here, but there is a second device called the electrolytic separator that I need to craft. And that requires to start with this electrolytic core, which is gold dust, iron dust, 2 osmium dust, and 5 enriched alloys. Now, if I had more redstone, that would be less of an issue. Now, I put the electrolytic core in here. I think it's redstone top and bottom, enriched alloys left and right. I know it's iron in the corners. There we go, the electrolytic separator. And I can use that to split something into 2 separate gases. The other thing I need to craft, well, we've got our 4 enriched iron. So let me go ahead and put the enriched iron back in the metallurgical confuser. And what it is going to give me is steel dust, which I then have to smelt into steel. In the meantime, I want to see if I have any other intermediate components. I don't appear to, but that's fine. What I can do is put the rest of the components in this crafting station here, leaving room for that steel casing in the middle. And over here, I'll put the osmium ingot that I've already prepared. In the meantime, give it another few seconds, and there's our steel dust. Throw it in the energized smelter, and I should get regular steel. In the meantime, let me think. I'm going to go ahead and craft myself 4 more steel dust. There's our first 2 steel ingots. Remember, I need 2 more to make the steel casing. So I'll let this energized smelter finish. And as you can see, I'm having no problems running the metallurgical confuser and the energized smelter at the same time. Yeah, this will not be quick. Alright, at any rate, there's the rest of our steel ingots. gives us our steel casing, which runs into the crafting station and now gives us an electric pump. Now I have to admit, I'm a little bit worried about sightedness here. I can go ahead and throw this enriched iron in the metallurgic infuser. And in the meantime, it's probably safe to go ahead and lay down the electric pump and the electrolytic separator, I think. Alright. But before I can consider any of that, let's see. Yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clear out a little bit of floor here. Like so. Now, I've brought the water buckets. Like so. And I might as well refill them while I've got the chance. And let's see. Alright, let's see. Hold on a minute. Seriously? 0 RF, no fluid. Let me check something. Pump the fluid underneath it. Okay, that's interesting. 0 RF and no fluid. Is there a reason it's not detecting the water underneath it? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. What's the tool for this? There is a tool, I think, that's supposed to be used for this. Let me see if I can figure out what it is. Alright. Alright, it looks like it should be this configurator here. Alright. This will not... Wow, this is pretty expensive, the configurator, but it should be what I need, I would think. Alright, let's see here. First off, let's see. I start with this energy tablet, which requires 3 gold, 4 redstone, and 2 enriched alloy. I need 2 more enriched alloy for the... Well, that's weird. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and put that like so. Alright. While I'm at it, go ahead and smelt the steel dust. Yes, that is a bug, that when I shift-click it into the energized smelter, it actually goes in, but it visually goes into my inventory. Don't ask me why it does that. Yeah, let's see. 4 more of those, which go like so. And I need lapis and a stick. Now, which chest has my sticks? Go ahead and grab those extra basic. Well, I'll leave. No, that's not a mod, isn't it? Yeah, that's a mod sorting pipe I got for that one, so it doesn't matter that I took all of them. Alright, but there's my stick. Now let me grab a piece of lapis, which I have a lot more of than redstone. Alright, I might as well grab those steel ingots and the enriched alloys. Yeah, why not double that up? Gives me an energy tablet, which I can then combine with a stick and some lapis to get a configurator. Let's see. Alright. So how do I determine which mode this is in? I'll be damned if I know. Alright, well, let's see if I can't charge this up. I should be able to charge it up in the power plant. and then I'm going to be trying to figure it out on camera, because I suspect I may have misplaced the pump, and that it's pointing the wrong direction. Alright? Let me see here. Yeah, okay, so that will charge it up. That's good. And all these heat generators are full, which means I'm using a lot less power than I'm producing. Alright. Now, I am in modify mode. Let me think here. No, that's not right. Let me check my controls real quick for mechanism. M, if it doesn't conflict, it does conflict. Okay. Let me see if I can't change that real quick. Semicolon, apostrophe. No. Okay, I works. I think. Shift I? No. Is there any way to get out of that modify mode? That's disconcerting. So how do I change the mode on this? Let's try that again. No. No, great. It's not telling me anything. There's got to be a way to you know what? Let me figure out how to change modes on this off camera, and then I shall return. Well, so much for using the configurator. I wound up grabbing my iron pickaxe and using it to pick up and then replace the electric pump. On the plus side, though, it works. It's pumping water now. Its internal tank is full, and it's getting power. Let me go ahead and place down the basic universal cable. Alright. And I'm also going to go ahead and place the electrolytic separator. I might not have wanted to place that like that. Okay, at least I could pick that up with the pickaxe as well. Yeah, let's see here. There we go. Place that like so. Let me think here. If I place that like so, just one more thing I need to do to start making it useful. Excuse me. Excuse me. My deepest apologies. Anyway, one more thing I need to do to make it properly useful, and that is, did I grab that extra steel out of somewhere? Oh, wait, no, it was already in my inventory. Okay. Bit of a derp on my part. Although I don't think I want the pressurized tubes just yet. So let me check something. Something else. Yes, I know. I probably should have tried something like this in a test world. Oh well. Let's see. Pressurized tube. Okay. Well, I'll see if I can't craft 2 more steel for this part. That'll work. In the meantime, I can do what I had intended to do in the first place, because I will need these pressurized tubes. These will hold gases. But I also want to go ahead and grab myself a bucket once I get my last 2 pieces of steel. And I did definitely want to show the crafting of steel on camera, which is why I didn't do this off camera. Also go ahead and put the empty bucket up there. And for now I can put the gold, iron dust, the water buckets, and the configurator, why not, up in my backpack. There we go, steel dust, which now goes in the energized smelter. And it'll be another moment. Take care of that. That's 1. Which I can place to the left of that bucket. And the other, which I can place to the right of the bucket, gives me this mechanical pipe, which will allow me to transport fluids. The pressurized tubes can only hold gases, but that's fine for the moment. Alright, let's make our way back over here. And something tells me that this is as far as I'm going to be able to get this episode. Alright. There we go. As you can see, water is now flowing from the electric pump into the electrolytic separator, which is producing both hydrogen and oxygen. There is something I will need to check with this, and that is which... Okay. So, oxygen comes out of the red tank side. Yeah. While hydrogen comes out of the blue tank side. I don't yet have anything to do with the hydrogen, though that will change probably early next episode. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and set up space for more of these cables so that I can get ready for the next stage of this ore processing. Let me check my time real quick. Oh yeah, I'm actually at the wrapping up point, and this is as far as I've managed to actually get, believe it or not. Alright. Actually, okay, so it looks like I have the ability to dump hydrogen. Now, you would think that, you know, hydrogen is not something I should necessarily dump. It does have a legitimate use that I'll get into probably next stage, maybe even the stage after. But for the time being, all it can do is take up valuable space in there and stop the electrolytic separator from running, which will then stop the entire ore processing system that I'm building here from running. Unfortunately, the production of oxygen is as far as I'm realistically able to get this episode. So I'm going to have to come back next episode to finish this off. I will see you next time, everybody.